that, so the Nautilus comes through here just because they want to be able to take the initiative if they see the opportunity. I respect it.
Yeah, you got to lock down this Corki. You got to peel against the Renekton a little bit. Jinx needs to get that first pick, and then the kills start to roll through, and then T1 get the front to back. They have so many threats, but Gen.G have a really strong front line with this Renekton. They have a Leona on top of
down this team will be more difficult. I think T1 definitely, when you look at the tier list, have a better draft. They also have a lot of range. Like, man, there are a lot of good things to talk about when it comes to the T1 draft. But late game, pure damage with big old rockets. The Corki still exists and still can do that.
And it's Chovy on the Corki, so, you know, that part of this we will trust. And the poke is great on both sides, right? You know, you have the Ziggs poke, you have the Corki poke, but then you have the Jace poke, the LeBlanc ability to engage from far away. And it's Faker, right, who's shown with his Ahri and his LeBlanc both this season an insanely strong pick-based style of play where he's threatening 80 carries. And the Ziggs here is extremely fragile. Can't be blown up so easily. If he gets hit by a shock blast, then Faker just has to follow where he is and finish him off. And he has such insane mobility in order to do so. And the only champion that could really stop him is the Leona. Renekton, if he's chasing down a LeBlanc, then you know something has gone very wrong.
Yeah.
So it's a hard time here for Gen.G. There's so many threats on the side of T1.
Yeah, and you can see it's almost illustrated in the fact that it's pressed the attack Renekton up here as well, because there is so much range on the side of T1. I don't think Doran is expecting to be able to do too much brawling and wants to be able to get as much damage down in a short period of time as possible. As Chovy has taken the better looking skin choice instead of the pay-to-win skin choice, and I like that a lot. Of course, Rocket's a little bit more difficult to see with the Earth skin, and that's why we see it so much. As, Faker and Chovy just going to be shooting one another and things like that, casting spells. I do want to talk about one of the stats that we didn't really go into, and that is combined kills.
Against T1 here. T1 not the team that ever really walks away from a Herald.
Oh, well, Faker's going to land the chain here, and as his stat comes up to trump Chovy, he's also going to win a trade, which I kind of love.
His win rate is just really high.
Yeah. As Carrier is going to move back down towards the bottom side here. Let's see whether Affiliate does have the satchel charge there. He's going to use it as Carrier dashes forward, lands the dredge line even after the flash, but the sidestep is good. Flash still used, though. It's bad news bears. So,
and I actually get the Ziggs ahead that way. So I think the power of decision-making is on Gen.G. T1 will look to fight for it regardless.
Well, Peanut's going to get chained. Lehens is here, tries to stay out of vision for as long as possible as Carrier will sweep him, finds out that the Leona was lying in wait. Sort of seemed like a potential bait, but T1 wins out on all of the trades all over the map anyway, and so it is just fine for them. Still a lot of tussling, a lot of jockeying for position at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
Mobility, as Doran is now dealing with the minion wave, and T1 with the man advantage get to move in and try and get control. Looks like they will be able to take this, and I think Gen.G not fighting is a smart move because they have the Corki, right? They want to be scaling. And T1 want to accelerate their lead. Certainly works out for them.
Position is not great here for T1 to hold on to this, though. Gen.G have a really nice angle here for the bomb.
Yeah, the bomb is certainly a dangerous one as Doran comes on through. Oh, the big one barely missing. Onto Carrier there. Certainly good news for T1. If they avoid all of this poke, then they can keep holding on to this Rift Herald and start trying to go for these fights. There's the Flame Chompers, great position. As the depth charge comes down onto Peanut, he'll get knocked up immediately. Lehens is just dead, and the Rift Herald will be taken down as well. Excellent engage there by Carrier, and T1 will get exactly what they wanted. T1 and Gen.G are going to be moving in to go for a potential contest, and they'll be standing there waiting for those Chompers to wear down, or theoretically, possibly walking into them so that they could actually do something about it as Chovy packages over just to get some damage onto this dragon. They will be able to secure that one for themselves. But just that passage of play, absolutely beautiful. Depth charge also used. Well, Ona's going to come in. Peanut's here for the counter gank. Can he actually stop this one, though, as the Crescent Guard comes in? Faker now on his own, but Peanut, no help at all. The flash forward is going to get the safeguard out of Peanut, so not actually worth. As Super Mega Death Rocket flies down, is going to hit Chovy. And so not going to grab the kill onto Peanut, but Rift Herald will come forward. There's the ulti from Doran, but he's going to have to flash out of this turret, and Zeus not going to go down this time.
Felt like Doran just felt desperate to make a cross-map play of any kind, but he was alone trying to just ult under turret.
Peanut, ooh,
Nice
doesn't.
sidestep.
Yeah, really nice sidestep, but also not able to land the Sonic Wave.
T1 just picked up a ton of money on one of their carries in the mid lane and almost eliminated the ability for Chovy to farm.
Okay, oh, the bait was so good from Zeus.
And Doran, on the map, Faker can kill you, can find you, and T1 just have so much control now after 2 decisive plays and a big punish there. 2 back-to-back punishes, honestly, on Doran.
Yep. Chovy is going to be able to get the blue buff here as Peanut jumps onto Ona. Carry is there. Solar Flare connects, though, as the Zenith Blade comes down as well. Instantly, the Crescent Guard comes in as Chovy will help finish him off. Peanut grabs that kill. Gumayushi, though, dashing forward to flash out. Lahan's extremely low, and now Zeus is trying to lock them down. Chovy is going to be able to flash himself to safety. But in the end, T1 are going to be able to equalize those kills as long as they don't die to random poke coming through from Gen.G on the retreat.
So decisive turn here from Gen.G, but it is punished at the end of the day. And, you know, this means that T1 will get a lot of extra control over the top side of the map. 3 control wards down there. This means Gumayushi can farm aggressively on the top side. Notice that basically what Keria is doing is oscillating between these farming solo laners, and it's the Jinx who's acting as one at the moment. And you could just
been so much faster. More recently, Zeus could be in trouble here. Solar Flare will get the slow onto the Jace. He has no flash. He is likely to die, but he's going to get the boot back first, and Faker's going to come in. Doran's not even going to be able to secure the Jace. And he will be able to take down Doran there. And now, even more bad news for Gen.G, as T1 will follow down Lahen's and grab that one as well. The punishes are just absolutely ridiculous from this team.
And I don't want to make this seem more depressing than it is. At least Gen.G will trade for a Drake, but it's also the Rift Herald here, which is going to be basically a guaranteed turret off the map wherever T1 decide to take it. But was Zeus ever in any real danger when Faker has teleport available and you have the rest of your team coming up? Owner and Keria were on their way up there, which is why Zeus felt pretty safe to continue to push there. They were looking for a turn regardless. Now the timing for Doran there was so close because obviously the Faker teleport came in just in the nick of time, and Owner and Keria were just a little...
Generally is a late game insurance policy by himself, but also they're reaching power spike, so it's even worse theoretically than it could be, and this with a different composition.
This is the guaranteed turret wherever they want it. I was talking about they're going to look for inner turret gold and a lot more map control that comes with it. And sometimes taking an inner turret this early doesn't end up amounting to too much. It's temporary gold leads, but against the comp that is so fragile that Gen.G are running, that need free and safe farm with the Corki, with the Ziggs, it's so powerful to remove a huge part of the map. And a huge, you know, bastion of safety here for Gen.G. Look at the deep vision, all the jungle that's being taken away. T1 just decide, okay, I'm taking bottom side now. And yes, Doran will trade back a turret, but the value of this...
But then they just move all of that vision towards the bottom side.
We're doing this again?
And now they've done it again, right? As, okay, Doran is going to dive on top of him, but this time Keria is in position. Depth charge comes down, and... if at first you don't succeed, maybe just keep going. I don't know. I guess that was the...
Now Chovy's caught.
Yep, Chovy does have the package of it. Oh, no, that was just a Valkyrie, and he's just dead. As we're looking for a kickback here for Peanut. Wants to try and save the rest of his team, as Keria is so scary on this Nautilus, and Peanut is not going to be safe from that giant anchor. But Ophelia will be able to lock him down and grabs that kill for himself. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down as Peanut is going to finish off the Jason, gets out. The zap is going to be sidestepped as well as Doran tries to put himself in front. And in the end, it is an even trade outside of the fact that Faker is looking to take an in the turret.
Yeah, he does have a blasting wand here. A lot of AP is sitting up, so he's doing him. Buy some time for this Corki to go online, but T1's not the type of team to just sit back and wait.
Oh no! Peanut's not even able to get himself the red buff as he gets the good old Rammus thumbs up from Ona. But yeah, this is the thing that's a worry though, right? Because T1 gives away the first 2 Drakes and then it's Infernal Soul, and so they're like, oh, cheers for the 4-stack, because now we've taken down your inner turrets in mid lane and bottom lane, and Gen.G, it is so dark moving towards this dragon. You can see they've got a line of control vision, which is basically just outside their base. And so that means that this should be the first of many inner turret. It's not an inhibitor turret just yet. Getting a little bit out of myself as Keria was just seeing whether there was anyone lying in wait. Chovy trying to find some of these blocks as Peanut just going to get popped by Faker. Hops over the wall, secures the kill on the jungler, and that means that there is no smite to stop this Baron.
This is why Fakers should not be allowed to be playing champions like LeBlanc, like Ori, but they only have so many bans as Gen.G. And he lines it up perfectly here. Now they actually have an opportunity to take this Baron. There's no enemy jungler, as you say, in T1.
They have to win a team fight, 4v5, otherwise this is just going over. But it's not going to happen. Kerry is even going to go golden, keep himself alive. Ophelia is going to take so many autos here from Gumayushi, who is absolutely untouchable right now. We'll even find the zap there onto Doran, who's trying to slink his way out. But Guma, he is going to get excited, run back towards that Baron and lock that one down. In the meantime, Faker will just create some handbags here in the enemy base.
I would love to see this replay twice. Once from T1's vision and once from Gen.G's vision, because imagine the terror. Okay, they're doing Baron. I could see they're on it. We've got to get over here. We've got to go through this choke. And then Keria flashes over the fat wall and engages on your Corki.
Well, Peanut is going to be able to get a kill. He's dead, but that was cool. Managed to get himself killed.
Package.
Oh, okay. Chovy going to be able to mop up Gumayushi. Ona trying to stay alive. Good Valkyrie. But that is going to stop the Baron, actually. So a huge play. In the end, I thought it was Peanut just going in for that desperation steal. Chovy's likely to be dead as well. Oh, my God! Oh, I'd forgotten about the Corki damage.
The Corki damage is real, and trades like this, when you are behind as Gen.G, getting all this important shutdown gold onto the Corki.
There to add some damage as well with the bouncing bomb, but still, I mean, phosphorus bomb, rocket, and bit of Gatling gun, it's just so much damage. As now, if Chovy's safe, then he can be that one-man poke composition that we know Corkis can be. And the clock is ticking. It's 25 minutes. 35 is generally that sweet spot where your Corki really does get online. But right now, Gen.G with control of the mid lane will be able to take down this outer turret. They are still extraordinarily far behind as Carrier trying to get that Hex Flash over the wall. Faker wants to lock down Lehens, gets a little bit trolled by their knockup. The fact that the model did move position. And it will mean the chain misses, and Lehens is going to be okay.
So what Gen.G want is to group up like this and start taking turrets off of the map. Get some of that standing gold, the mid turret being the easiest one and the most important one at the moment for them. Because if T1 are given the opportunity, as Faker is going D.
Yeah, Peanut was looking for it, but isn't going to find the Q.
If T1 find an opportunity where Gen.G is not grouped up as 5 or split, then they just simply will destroy Gen.G's composition. Because they have a Blanc who can one-shot somebody. They have the Zeus poke damage. Gen.G need to be moving as a unit with the front line at the front and Corki.
As soon as you get Doran in there, exactly like this, right? A Solar Flare is going to come through. Faker, immediate follow-up. Super Mega Death Rocket, and that's a dead Crocodile. This is precisely what we were talking about because now the flow-on effect happens. The other engaged choice is going to be removed.
You don't have a front line.
Exactly. What are these poke champions going to do when you can just run at them and they die?
You don't have a front line anymore, and that is, you know, one way to approach this is to try to kill the back line first with your LeBlanc. The other way is just engage on the tanks, take them out. As Peanut's looking for an angle here.
Oh, Carrier. He's going to get the kickback. That's going to mean that the chains connect, and Faker takes Peanut for a walk. T1 looking to lock down the Baron now, and that whole passage of play, just beautiful.
And you know, Gen.G just had no real options here. Faker, or rather, Peanut is trying to find a backline pick here. He's like, maybe I can get Carry. I know he's low. Maybe I can find an opportunity here. Maybe we could delete some of these potential Baron buffs. Maybe it does limit Gen.G's options here quite a bit, but...
No, I think this is, like, honestly, Gen.G have been playing well. And T1 have just been playing better.
Yes.
Like, and you can tell by the way that they're playing that this is just as if this was full-strength Gen.G, because it's been disciplined, it's been coordinated. They've known exactly what this composition is supposed to do, and they've executed accordingly. It's really beautiful stuff as Gumayushi going to get tagged by a bouncing bomb. The zap comes through as he does manage to Gale Force out of the way of the Solar Flare, but still takes the Mega Inferno Bomb. That will stave off the push. Almost a caster curse. I apologize, everyone, but thankfully he makes it out alive.
He makes it out alive. Gen.G now keep their inhibitors alive.
Secures the inhibitor turret. Like that one.
Very well played. Try to peel more than be an aggressive force. The problem is if he's doing that, then how do you get the vision cleared up? How do you actually get on top of these Drakes? It's a catch-22 problem here that Gen.G face.
Yeah, well, Chovy's going to speed out of the base. Does have the package available for a potential defensive play, but T1... they've got an open front door, and Faker is knocking on it right now. All these knocks actually hurting it quite a lot here as he's going to break it down. Inhibitor going to go in that mid lane. Bottom side is where T1 are then focused on, but this 4-1 is working out exactly the way they want it to. Super Mega Death Rocket absorbed by the Crocodile, and maybe that's his use case at this point in the game as CHOVY tidies up the minion wave and T1 straight up don't care. The flash dredge line comes in, package comes out, and that means Gen.G do not have that anymore. Who's the best poke champion? Maybe it's the Jace, as half of the health bars will evaporate as Zeus dictates it. And Gen.G, now they'll be able to get rid of these minions, but T1, they've already taken exactly what they wanted. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down, Carrier takes a lot of damage, but here might be the turn. Gumayusi, not a lot of mana, Zeus.
They are
trying to fire these as Lehens goes in for one last-ditch effort. There's the dredge line. That is a special delivery of the Leona. Doran's going to go down as well, and it's once again the same ordering. Now the front line is completely missing. Everyone on T1 is unlocked. The flash forward from Zeus. Gumayushi's flashing after some Ziggs, and now it will be the Nexus's turn to go down. 19-6 the kill score. T1 with a masterclass of how to play the mid-game vision game. Oh man, just utter dominance here from T1.
Zeus was level 18 for so long that game. Absolutely dominated Doran, and those were some of the ways this Faker will